Okay, we are now live. Hello and welcome to the Game Engine Coding live stream. This is part 80 and part 11 on the GUI, and we are still continuing on with the buttons. So he's having an issue with set and get text. So let me run it. When we was changing the text, so this right here is centered. If I change that, we get one and we get in like Flynn. So it goes into here and it goes into there as well every single time. So why is this not changing the position of said label? Do we need to reset the anchor? Do we need to reset this, the pivot? Maybe that's what we need to do. Did that come before it or after? I mean, let's just do it in the same order. Let's see what happens like this. Maybe the pivot. I don't know. Boom, that works now. See what happens if I do it beforehand? Just out of curiosity. Oh, did the wrong thing then. Yes, it is good to have a break and like fix this. Obviously, we haven't fully tested everything. We haven't, gone through everything that we need to do. Doesn't seem to matter. Okay, so what we're actually gonna do? What would happen if I put the there instead? If that still works fine, then I can put that set pivot in the reset label method. That seems okay. Boom, yeah. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of this, and we'll grab hold of this. I'm gonna literally just whack it at the bottom here. Boom. Yeah, don't need to set the size. Let's see what happens if I set the size as well. The size resetting works as well based on the padding. So what I want to do is I'll get rid of this, I'll get rid of this, and I will have a parameter in the set text that is a const bool reset size. By default it is equal to false, and in here we'll literally say if reset button size, then we'll basically run this little bit of code. Otherwise, there's no need to do it. So because this is false, it should not reset it when we set the text. Okay. Okay, so that didn't reset anything. They didn't. And get rid of that. Get rid of that. And okay. What I'm also going to do is We implemented that ages ago. What I'm also gonna do now is check it if I say true. If this works, then that was the option to resize. Then we're done with this. Then we can do set and get position. It's gonna be interesting because not only are we setting and getting the position of, let's go. Okay, not only are we setting and getting the positions, the position of. Let's open this up. So what we've just done is finish set text, button class, set text. Okay, so we're going to set and get position. So not only are we setting the position of, when we set the position button, we have to set the position of the background and the label. That's the interesting thing about this. Okay, so set and get position. We should be able to just grab the methods from here and yeah, where are they? Set. Oh no, we don't have them in, but in label we do. I was like, how do we not have them here? Set position. I'm gonna grab these two. In drawable, did I add the other set position? Didn't really add it, did I? Drawable. I'll put that as a thing to do. Directly after I've done buttons. Add set position with vector as parameter from drawable to all child classes. But I'll do for this one. So what we'll do is we'll go to drawable, we'll copy and paste this. And we can get rid of this, set X and Y position. This is just going to be a GLM vec2, no caps, GLM vec2 position, and this is going to be called position X and Y position. Okay, so now what we do is we go to, we can just implement this like so, and all we do on this before, underscore position equals position. There we go. That's all we literally need to do. So now that we got that one, let me copy and paste. We need all of these actually. Let me copy and paste, put them into button. Let me just implement these methods now. Okay, so right click, create method implementation, boom, done, and set position. This is gonna be interesting. Let me just finish. Let me do these first. Return underscore. For the get position, we're gonna base it on the fact of the background. We're gonna say background dot get position X get position Y. Ooh, don't like that. And this needs to return underscore dot get position. Okay, so for the set position, we'll ignore these two for now. So for the set position, we need to set the background. That's not the difficult part. So underscore background dot set position is going to be, ideally I would like to pass in just that. That is not valid, so I'll implement that now. So that's something I can just implement as I'm going along. I can grab it from drawable, copy it from here. I'm going to grab it from, actually now what I'll do is right click, create method implementation, should I just call that method? Or should I just do this directly? I'll just do this, and this is going to be position. For the underscore shape, dot X position dot Y. Okay, so we got that. I can close that one down, and that sets the position. Then of the label itself, can we just do the reset label position? Can I literally just call that? If I can, it's gonna make things a hell of a lot easier. And by default, I'm guessing we're using padding as well. Are we? Button. Where's the reset label position? By default, we don't use padding. Set that to true. And so any padding we will reuse. Okay, splash state, and instead of this we are literally just going to start moving it. So what we're going to do is button dot set position, and what we're going to say is button dot get position +5 +3, okay, plus glm colon vec2. Basically we're going to add like 2 every single time to the x-axis. Let's see how we go. So when we scroll, we should just move to the right. Keep moving. That's what I'm hoping for. If that works, I'll try up and down, and then I'll implement the others. Okay, so going pretty nicely so far. Hopefully you're all having a good day. Didn't do a live stream early on for the gameplay. Just got free not long ago from plumber was around replacing the boiler. So they took 6.5 hours to do that, but it's all done now, so we're good in the hood. Hi, I am inspired of your work. It gives me a lot of motivation to learn how to code and make something beautiful. Thank you. Good to hear that it's helping you, it's inspiring you. It's good stuff. And yeah, it's good to get these comments. Got a pretty thick skin, but it's nice to have these comments. Yeah, I know about that. That's fine. Do I know about that? That seems to work fine. It's slow, but that's not the issue. Yeah. Let me just try 0.5. Actually, let me just try put both here, like 6. Try that. Whoop. Okay, so that works good. That was easier than I was expecting it to be. I also thought it was going to be a little bit more complex. Guess not. And what we'll do is we'll grab that. And we just do X and Y. We already have those methods, and then we just do dot set position X, Y. No, that's X, sorry. Okay, so give that build. Let's stop debugging. Give that build. And go to the to do, set and get position. I'm going to set and get character size. This is coming along nicely. So we're at the 18-minute mark, so basically 20. We should get that done. This one as well. New rotation scale. Should hopefully get most of these done today. And yeah, most of them. I'm just gonna go and have a piss. Another thing I couldn't do when the boiler goes, go for a piss. Oh no, I've been since he's gone, but I've been like 2-3 times. I drink a lot of water in general. I didn't drink while he was ill, like no, but there's still water in my system, obviously from yesterday. And it's like can't really do that sort of stuff because there'll probably be one more flush in each toilet, but the flushing ain't the issue. Like piss or shit can stay in there, and it's not the nicest thing, but you can stay there for a few hours. You can't wash your hands. That's the annoying thing. I'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna do set and get character size. So grab from label. The method's already gonna be here. Ooh, yeah. Set and get character size. Okay, so copy that. I mean, these methods should be simple enough. So the get is going to be dot get character size, and I need to actually return this. I need to put a space there. Now for the set character size, I'm just thinking, do I need to do a reset label position? When we set the character size here, we're doing the padding stuff. Then what's happening in set size? Okay, that's calling the reset level positioning, which ultimately is calling the other thing. I'll test it in a second. Let me actually just implement it. So if I'm just gonna for now just do underscore button label dot set character size to size. That's simple enough. And if I call that method, I'll call it on scroll. So I'll say set character size. By default, the character size is 164. So I want to change the padding. It's a bit too much. Like 50-50. Character size, do it to 32 now. See what happens when this happens. So that's what's happened. So if we go to button, we are going to, I'm going to grab all three of these for now. Set character size directly after. Let me see what happens when I have all three of them here. By default it uses padding, doesn't it? Yeah, that's fine. It's looking pretty good, I guess. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Ooh, I'm just gonna comment bits out and just see what happens when don't have settings. I'm a gaming. Okay, so I mean that still works even without the reset label position. I mean, okay. Your jokes. I can't imagine those two lines doing anything because they're not being used for anything after that. We need this. What happens if I don't do this? Set size. Should we just put that padding thing in the set size thing? Yeah, that padding is not recalculated. I want to create a method. It's called this takes a parameter. did not comment this properly, so I was gonna say use padding. I think that we need to reset the label's positioning. Apparently. We do it with different anchor points. If we don't, I mean that's good. But whether or not to factor in padding around the label. Deeproy says hi. Hello Deeproy, how are you? What was I gonna do? Make sure this is still working. Then I'll abstract out that padding stuff here. Good. So reset padding. We're gonna have recalculate the padding. I'm gonna put recalculate padding. Recalculate padding. Okay, so what we're gonna say in here, simply put, we're gonna grab this, cut it, recalculate padding. We'll put it at the top as well. Recalculate padding. I'm good. I was trying to see your Git repo and understand. Have you got the link to the Git repo? If not, here it is. Here it is. Also, for everyone, here is the Discord. I will pin this Discord and I'll give that a pin. So our system gets highlighted in here. That's pretty cool. Yes. Oh, you got it. Oh, that's cool anyway. Well, it's there. Majority with C++, padding some JavaScript, GLSL, CSS, C. I'll bet CSS is probably just like some sort of documentation or local website for one of the libraries, most likely. Recalculate padding. Okay, that's looking good. Her Dingens is in the house and he says hello. Hello, her. How are you doing? Make sure this is still working. All fine here, thank you. All good, good, good. And I was gonna test it by doing set label anchor x button label anchor x. Right. I mean, if this still works, then we're all good to go. And we're all good to go. That's not there at all, so this fixes that, then we're all, just good to go. And then that's basically, no, that's not. Set label anchor x. Yes, by default, does it use padding or not? I mean, by default, I guess it, okay, does it use padding? So we have to make sure we use padding. So if we put true here, then I'll try without the reset label position as well. We'll see. Need a semicolon. so that is that's by default using padding, isn't it? I think that's the issue we're having. So if I go to, that was hot, that mug was. If I go to button, when we're doing set character size, by default it's gone by false. You know, we can put one of these use paddings in here as well. That's not really much of an issue. Just want to confirm that's the issue that we're having. But that's fine. Okay, so that's all it is. I'll put use padding const bool use padding. How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? And how was, you know, the VIP guest of honor Herdingen's his weekend? Where is that character size? Use padding? No refactoring padding? By default, let's say true. That's a-okay now. Okay, so character size has been sorted. Okay, we've got to set the background color. Was good, had another DJ set at the club in Second Life. Good stuff. How often do you do these DJ sets in Second Life then? Is this basically your sort of main job career thing? And Deep Roy says boring. What did he do? Get up too much? Deep Roy? Set background color, so rectangle. So we can, I can set inside color, we can set border color. So we set a few different colors, so we can set basically all of this. Copy that. Passing intervals per reference is unnecessary. But is there any reason not to do it as const? Yes, I know they're very tiny, but if I just stay in the habit of doing it, is there any reason not to do it? I do it fairly regularly. Have another set on Wednesday. Okay, that's cool. Sounds good. What sort of equipment have you got at home to do it? Is it like purely using computer, or do you have some sort of equipment that's connected up to the computer, like some sort of, you know, DeX or anything? Yeah, these should be simple enough because these aren't changing the positioning. That's the beauty of these methods. It is fine. Good stuff. Okay, so no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, I don't. Okay, so we're gonna, for the getters we can copy that. For the setters as well, we can probably just copy this. Okay, so let's get to it. We are gonna say underscore button background. We need to set the labels color as well. Set background inside color. Yes, that's what they should actually be called. So if I go to button solving algo data structures and screwing up. It happens. Screwing up is part of the process. It's where you learn a lot of the stuff. I have some techniques, Technics SL1210, MK2 turntables, and a Elend and Heath mixer, and I have a Nermac Tractor S8 controller too. I'll have a Google of that stuff in a second, maybe after the stream, see what that's like. Sounds pretty darn cool to me. so I'm gonna remove. I'll just put it here manually. It's simple enough, to be fair. Okay, so once. Okay, so this is dot set back set inside color, not background inside color. Underscore button background. I'll copy that here and here, and this will have a return. Oops, lol, the new Mach S600 was was my old one. Now I have a native instruments tractor essay. I would definitely Google some of this stuff after all of it actually and check it out. Sounds pretty cool. Set border color, setting border thickness. Okay, get back inside color, get border color, get border thickness. Earlier I was in college and did not pay much attention to that, and now all in job I'm trying to do my best. All the best in your venture. Bye, I'm going to study. Yeah, that's what usually happens. You don't pay attention when you need to, then after you decide, Jesus, I'm having to do it now. Thank you very much and good luck with your studying. Okay, so we've got this. Have fun, Deep Roy. Have fun indeed, Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy. So now we need to do something for the colors of the label. The label colors. Okay, the battery for my mouse has died. Now we plug it in. I'm semi-afraid it crashed. Yeah, let me give it a build. So we give this a save. Don't be losing all this progress. Okay, so we're just looking for the color stuff. Right here. Right on cue. Copy that. Go to button. Set label. Is that it? Nah, there was more than that I copied. Oh, there they are. So we're going to set the backgrounds. And it should be label instead. So let me just call. I love this visual assist her. It is so good. Okay, so what we're going to see now is label underscore button label dot set inside color to color underscore button label dot set label set border color to color underscore button label dot set border thickness to of course you love Visual Assist. Who doesn't? Did you play around with the other tool? I did have a look. I need to have a look at it more, but I did have a look at it. Yes, it is good. I was just organizing some stuff on my server, and I was just using that. It was helping a lot. get border thickness. Okay, so that's that done. Use the build. Move. So the moving will be interesting because you got to move both things. I'm saying that actually, no, not really, I guess. It's relative to where it is. I forgot to put the return in. Not there though. Over here, bro. Over here. Yep, I forgot all the returns. Oh, what happened there, bro? When it reset, that wasn't good, but again. By default, we should not use padding. Make sure this is still working. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do the move now. They no getters for this. We're just gonna grab this. And actually, does this have a move button? It does. I want to have one for the I'm going to copy this, and I want to have a GLM Vec2 version. Move the object. We'll call it offset. Offset in X and Y axis. GLM column vector offset on this one first, and let me create the implementation, bump this up, and we're gonna say underscore that's that position. Do we have that in the label or not? Underscore position e plus equals offset. That should be able to do it. We've got too many underscores there. That's resolve that issue. But the one thing I want to check out in button CPP, when we set the position, I can get rid of that. When we set the position, probably best if we add it to label as well though, to be fair. So if we go to rectangle, go to set position, okay, so we're gonna move this first, grab this, oh no, this needs to say drawable, this needs to say position, so position dot x. There we go, that should fix that issue now. If we go back to button, what was we doing? Oh, we're gonna be doing the move stuff, wasn't we? It was on move. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted ones for the GLM Vec2 versions as well. That's what I wanted. That's why we were here. So I'm going to grab that, whack it here, whack it in the label, and now if I right click, create implementation, what are you making? I'm making a game engine on top of the SFML game framework, so enjoy. So that should be all that solved now, and we'll do the same for label. And we're going to grab this, change this to offset, offset dot, offset dot, simply just call a normal move function from the version from the vector and pass the x and y value. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't need it now per se. It's just something that I can imagine needing later on, where I'm getting x and y from somewhere and I want to pass that in. And that's the reason I'm putting these methods here as well. Okay, I know what you mean. You mean this calls this one, and then even these two could call this one. Is that what you mean? I know what you mean, because I've done that in some areas. Do you think it's worth doing that? I might just do a full refactor and do that later on, you know, go through every class. I could put down the list if you think that's worth doing. I hate double code. I agree. I will whack it on the list, and I'll do it after this. Do it after this. I'll do it before this technically. Remove all double code that one method could be called from another in class. I also have to manually go from. I think, yeah, I should be able to understand that. Okay, so yeah, what was I doing? I was doing the move stuff. I was adding that vex stuff as well, rectangle. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go into button now. Had we hadn't copied it over yet, so we're just gonna copy this over. Okay, so what we're doing, move, and we are gonna go and right click on the arch. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna say is okay. So what we're gonna say is underscore button background dot move. Wow. And so I should put some 2 lines to be fair, because I'm gonna do the label as well. Okay. What are you thinking of the progress of the engine so far then, her? Be honest. Be honest. Okay, let's give this a test now. I'm going to here, we'll get rid of this. Well, we don't want that. Don't need that. Don't need that. I probably will need some of the rest of it though. Okay, so what we're gonna say, when I scroll, we are gonna say underscore. No, it's not an underscore, is it? That's not how we named it. Button dot move one comma 3. Okay, so it should move that way and that down, right and down. It should go down 3 times as fast as well. Okay, I said, what was the question? What do you think of the progress of the engine? I was just saying, be honest, like, just the way the engine is progressing. What do you think of it so far? All this does what it needs to do. I'll change this to 81 and 12. We'll still be on buttons tomorrow as well. Yeah, let's open this up. It's looking all good, looking all good. Accent, boom, done. I mean, movie's done as well. That's good, man. That is good. Rotation, I can feel that's gonna have some issues probably, but I will do this tomorrow. Okay, it gets there where you want it to. Progress is progress, even if it is slow. That's true. Tell you the GUI stuff will take its time. Yeah, that's true. It is nicely becoming an engine though now. It's like, I feel like we probably could do something now with it and make something. Obviously there'll be stuff missing, blah blah blah, but we could do something a fair bit with it now. And yeah, my engine makes lesser progress. Yeah, it happens to all of us. Honestly, the reason I'm making so much progress with this is the live streams. Like I said, before live streams, as you know, and as everyone else did, I was working on this. This was just like a real side project, and it still has that intention, but it's just the intention of I'll get something made, and then I can quickly whip up games that I want to play and I want to test with, and this might serve as a test bed for porting it to another engine. That's not really the case now, but still potentially possible. But there'll be times when there'll be like weeks, I think sometimes it was even months, when I didn't really do anything on the engine, or I'll sit on it, it'll be like 2 minutes, but now with the streams, I think the max I've gone, maybe a week, but like generally speaking, pretty much every day for the most part, been doing it. Even if I've just done a 20-30 minute one, even if I've been nodding off, which has happened numerous times, just doing it, the progress has been insane. It's like this GUI stuff. If I wasn't doing the streams, you know, I might be like, oh, it's getting a bit tedious, it's getting a bit boring. Oh, I'll leave it for a day, I'll leave it for a day. And before you know it, 2 weeks have passed. But in the 2 weeks passing, I'll probably have the GUI done, or you know, half the GUI done or something. But yeah, try live streaming it. I know it's not for everyone, but you know, I wasn't into lives before really doing this and the gameplay stuff, but I really got into them now, and yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a build and then commit. Have it here. It is more or less a time issue. Too many other things to do. Yeah, I know how it is. Okay, so we've just done move. Set color using the British spelling. Set position. Boom, done. That's basically what we're doing. Commit it, and then we'll say push origin. And then we're done for today. Push origin, pushy origining. So yeah, it should be at rotation. I mean, rotation may be a bit of an issue because the center one uses a central thing. The other one doesn't. Might need to do a reset. We'll see. I'm hoping tomorrow we'll get rotation done, scale, pivot. We'll figure out whether that is. Yeah, I mean these two should be pretty simple enough, and this one as well. Basically everything but hover I'm hoping to have done. If we have time, we'll do hover as well. If not, we'll do it on Wednesday. So by Wednesday, I'm hoping to have the button done, and then basically this should be a Thursday job, and then Friday. So you know, let's put some targets. Wednesday, and we'll put this as Thursday. Start Friday. And rotation should always rotate around the center. I mean, like, that's up to you. Like, whatever you set as the pivot point. I mean, you can set a different pivot point, but actually, in terms of rotation, I mean, no, it depends on the pivot point, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna get going now. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna chill with the wife, watch a movie, and little spoiler alert: I am making a board game as well, so I'm gonna be thinking about that, designing it, and I'm hoping to soon have. I'm still just noting it down on paper. Have something. Just using paper and cardboard working, and I'll show you guys as well. Got a couple of board games actually in the works. They're both sort of finance, money related, you know, have Monopoly vibes to it. Yeah, I'll keep you tuned for that. That'll be pretty cool as well. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and bye bye. Good night, her, and thanks for all your help today and in general. And enjoy your second life thing. If you have one, yeah, so I think you said you had one Wednesday. Let me have a look. Got the chat right here. You'll know it's set on Wednesday. Okay. Good luck for that. If we don't talk, if we do,